Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the Signature 30 Minutes. I am Obomanu Marvelous. In the headlines, Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency intercepts fake military officers with 234 kg of cannabis. The Nigerian Senate to grill President Muhammadu Buhari's nominee as new chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdulrasheed Bawa. 5 governors to receive Benga Daniel into the All Progressives Congress. And now, the details. The Nigerian Senate on Tuesday said that it will screen the newly nominated chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Abdulrasheed Bawa. President Muhammadu Buhari had, in a letter forwarded to the Senate, requested it to confirm the appointment of Bawa as the new chairman of the anti-graft agency. Accordingly, the Senate President, after reading the request to senators, informed that screening of the nominee will be done in plenary. Although he didn't specify when the screening will be done, since the communication will have to pass through legislative processes of being listed on Senate's order paper, upon which the leader of the upper legislative chamber will move a motion for the exercise to be carried out. As you have heard, President Muhammadu Buhari has nominated Abdulrasheed Bawa as the new chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. A statement by his special advisor, Media Femi Adesina, on Tuesday said President Buhari has forwarded his name to the National Assembly for confirmation. Who then is Abdulrasheed Bawa? Signature TV correspondent Nasir Usman in this special report tells us more about the new EFCC helmsman.
Abdulrasheed Bawa, the new helmsman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC, has about 16 years of experience on the job. Bawa, 40, is a trained EFCC investigator with vast experience in the investigation and prosecution of advanced fee fraud cases, official corruption, bank fraud, money laundering, and other economic crimes. At 40, he is the youngest person to chair the commission. The founding chairman, Nuhu Ribadu, was appointed at the age of 43 in 2003. In the course of his career, Bawa has attended several specialized courses and training from different institutions around the world. He is a certified fraud examiner, CFE, and certified anti-money laundering specialist, CAMS. He has also undergone training at the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, United States Financial Crime Enforcement Network, FinCEN, the World Bank, the United Nations Office of Drug and Crimes, the Nigeria Police Force, the Nigeria State Security Services, the EFCC Academy, and the United Kingdom's Global Training Consulting. Before his new appointment, the KB-born officer worked as the zonal head of the EFCC in Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Oyo states. This makes him the first person to be appointed to the EFCC job from anywhere in Nigeria other than the Northeast Zone, and the 4th chairman of EFCC to come from the northern part of Nigeria, since no southerner has ever held that position. Over the years, there has been agitation for someone who rose from the ranks of the commission to lead the anti-corruption agency, and Bawa's nomination as the first career operative to head the EFCC may have assuaged those making such demand. Bawa, who has served under all EFCC past chairpersons, will be coming to his new assignment with a lot of experience. The operative started work with EFCC from his Lagos office after joining in 2005. He has held notable postings and handled high-profile cases over the years, including supervising the biggest operations zonal office of the EFCC in Lagos with 604 officers and men, and securing 227 convictions despite the COVID-19 pandemic. Supervising the investigation of all cases in Port Harcourt zonal office, in which an unprecedented 215 convictions were secured in 11 months, and securing final forfeiture of hundreds of properties to the federal government. Investigation of all cases in the Ibadan zonal office, in which 113 were concluded and 54 charged, to court within 6 months. The Daizeni Alison Madueke's recovering of millions of dollars worth of properties in Nigeria, UK, USA, and UAE, including 92 properties in Nigeria, and recovering billions of naira from crude oil swaps, among others. Bawa is a graduate of the Osman Danfodio University, Sokoto, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in economics in 2001 and a master's in international relations and diplomacy in 2011. Until his nomination, he was a deputy chief detective superintendent, a position he was promoted to in 2016. He is happily married and blessed with children.
The appointment of Abdulrasheed Bawa by President Muhammadu Buhari as the new Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) chairman has come under criticism. Signature TV correspondent Nasiru Usman was in the streets of Abuja to get the reactions of Nigerians on the nomination.
Actually, it's quite a fascinating and amazing thing for Mr. President to employ or nominate, to say, a young and vibrant Nigeria to such position. And then my expectation towards the young man is for him to deliver. You know, in leadership is incomplete without accountability and integrity. To stand with your word, that which you are supposed to do, to carry out in accordance with the necessary and the laid down rules that has been put in place before you coming into office.
Everybody would have expected the best, judging from his age. But the issue we have is that the young men who have entrusted with leadership qualities in this country have failed us. I give you the example of Bankole. Bankole as the speaker. His tenure was a huge disappointment. For all the things we read about in the newspaper about things that went wrong under his leadership. But we pray. The President is trying to honor his pledge, trying to bring in more young men to study the affairs of this country.
To me, it's an improvement, because at least as a youth, I believe he can do better. As a youth, they should support the youth.
For somebody to be nominated by Mr. President to occupy the office of the EFCC boss must have been somebody with a very track and with a very clean records. Somebody who have been tested somewhere. Somebody that does not have corrupt issues around him, and I believe somebody is somebody that can deliver.
For a number of years, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has been without a substantive leadership. Attempts by the presidency to fill the position was rejected by the Senate. Every attempt to fill up, which on 2 occasions rejected the confirmation of Ibrahim Magu as chairman of the commission, making him to function in an acting capacity until he was relieved of his position. Following his indictment for corruption and eventual sack, another officer took over the mantle of leadership, also in an acting capacity. This long absence of substantive leadership at the Apex Anti-Corruption Agency has become a cause of worry for a section of Nigerians who argue that for the war against corruption to yield the desired result, the EFCC must lead the way. The indictment of Magu and the myriad of accusations against the EFCC leadership has eroded the trust Nigerians reposed in the organization, leading many Nigerians to greet today's announcement with skepticism. They wonder if it is putting a new wine in an old wine skin. The commission is supposed to be an independent body, but a number of actions taken by the agency over the years portrayed it as nothing but independent, and frequent interference by government has undermined its effectiveness, credibility, and transparency. Some say that the commission has served as a weapon of government to intimidate members of the opposition parties. The agency has also been criticized for being selective and discriminatory. All these claims have affected the public perception of the commission. What is expected of the new chairman if confirmed by the Senate? Let's see what Dr. George Ubo, a security expert and managing director of Panic Alert Security Systems, has to say.
Anything that has to do with recoveries, management of recovered assets should be taken away from the EFCC. So coming back to the new guy, Bawa, my advice to him is to heed clearly, is to look inwards, look at what has been plaguing this organization, the accusations from the civil society, from the foremost whistleblower Jojubo. Remove his hands from recoveries. Not only that, there has to be full disclosure. The EFCC should have a website. We should be able to go to the website. We should be able to view all recovered assets, the ones that are sub judice, that are tied up in court, the interim forfeiture, the final forfeiture, all this we should have. If he's able to do this, his name will be written in gold. But if he continues on the path of keeping these assets opaque, keeping these assets sacrosanct, keeping these assets in secret documents, or where we have to now go and, as whistleblowers, go and sniff around to find out, he's going to have a tough time, because I will fight him. But he will be a friend. I will kiss him on both cheeks if he can divest. When I say divest, it's not a company, but I mean, I'm talking now liberally. Remove his hands from recovered assets. Let us go on the website, see what is going on that is being transferred, if it's funds, TSA, if it's assets, whatever management. I think the Attorney General has set up an office now. Only gripe with the EFCC is issue of recovery and meddling with recovered assets. Any sane person whose predecessors have gone through, look at what happened to Lamode when I took Lamode to the Senate, what happened to Magu. I want to think that he would, based on the past experiences of the four of his predecessors, try as much as possible to live above board. But my advice to you is that he needs to carry the civil society along.
The World Trade Organization on Monday appointed former Nigerian Finance Minister Ngozi Okonjo Iweala as the new Director General. Ngozi now becomes the first woman and also African to lead the Switzerland-based institution. Nigerians and developing nations await a credible performance that would strengthen their trade relationship with the world. Chibueze Obi, Signature TV correspondent, has the details.
The World Trade Organization is an intergovernmental organization that is concerned with the regulation of international trade between nations. The organization deals with regulation of trade in goods, services, and intellectual property between member countries by providing a framework for negotiating trade agreement and dispute resolution process aimed at enforcing participants' adherence to WTO agreements. The World Trade Organization, WTO, on Monday appointed Nigeria's former Finance Minister Okonjo Iweala as the new Director General. Iweala now become the first woman and also the first African to lead the Switzerland-based institution. 66-year-old Okonjo Iweala has a 25-year career behind her as a development economist at the World Bank. Many Nigerians have described her as a qualified candidate for the position and have given credit to her based on her wealth of experience and the role she played in managing Nigeria's economy and developing during her services as the finance and foreign minister, therefore expressing their confidence in her ability to lead the organization.
The impact of that woman when she was the Minister of Finance in this country. It was then we pay some debt. And again, not only that, I know they must have thoroughly searched of her, they must have digested within the House of World Trade Organization before they choose that woman. And that woman is up to the task.
Her achievement as a director of World Bank are still indelible. Likewise, that of her role as the finance minister of our dear country, Nigeria.
The impact of this appointment in Nigeria's international trade relationship with other nations, including Europe, America, and Asia, cannot be overemphasized. Some Nigerians said that Nigeria and other developing nations should expect an upturn, a healthy and unrestricted trade relationship with other nations.
Even right from the time that she was given an appointment in Nigeria, she did a lot of development. So, and with that post, then we are expecting something better.
Based on the position she has handled in Nigeria before, we have seen her performance. So I believe God on her side, she will do the best if Nigerians support her.
Okonjo Iweala, being the new Director General, have stirred several expectations from Nigerians and Africa. What should Nigeria and other developing countries expect from Okonjo Iweala's leadership of the trade organization?
And based on this, I'm quite optimistic that she is going to improve the relationship between other countries as regards World Trade Organization.
She's a true test of a woman from the word-go. I am very, very sure that she will link so many countries that are down, that are poor, to this trade fair, to uplift the standard. She will checkmate all the affairs of other countries. She will link them through because she has good from the word-go.
She rose to the number 2 position of that organization, where she helped to oversee $81 billion in development financing for Africa, South Asia, Europe, and Central Asia. Expectations from her are numerous as Nigeria and other developing nations look forward to a new chapter of impactful leadership that will pave the way for a healthy and fair trade relationship among member nations.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted 2 suspected fake military officers in a new VIP edition of Toyota Hilux Jeep loaded with a total of 394 compressed parcels of illicit drugs concealed in different parts of the vehicle. The suspected fake military officers, identified as Mohammed Nura and Abubakar Dahiru, were intercepted by operatives of the Kogi State Command of the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency along the Okene-Lokoja Expressway on Monday, February 15th. According to the Kogi State Commander of the Anti-Drug Agency, Adewumi Alfred, the VIP edition of the Hilux Jeep was searched, during which 394 compressed blocks of cannabis sativa were discovered in different compartments of the vehicle. Alfred, who said further investigations revealed that the consignment was taken from Lagos and heading to Kano for delivery, added that the vehicle has been impounded, the illicit drugs seized, and the suspect detained for further investigations. President Muhammadu Buhari has pledged that the federal government will support greater investments in Lagos State to boost its economic potential as one of the world's fastest growing megacities. According to a statement by Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, President Buhari gave the assurance on Tuesday in a video goodwill message to Enhimbeti Lagos Economic Summit with the theme for a greater Lagos, setting the tone for the next decade. The president assured that his administration recognizes Lagos as central to the economic fortunes of Nigeria and has in the last few years demonstrated commitment to supporting it to unleash its full socio-economic potential. He said that the challenges of Lagos must be seen as part of the challenges of Nigeria, and the federal government will support Lagos to overcome its challenges and to thrive socially and economically. The Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund (PIDF) is investing in the reconstruction of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, while the Apapa Oshodi Oworoshoki Expressway is a flagship project of the Road Infrastructure Tax Credit Scheme, also known as Executive Order 7 of 2019. Buhari's administration granted approval to the Lagos State government to rebuild the International Airport Road, a major road that links the busiest airport in sub-Saharan Africa to the continent's fifth largest economy. The federal government is today also completing the standard gauge railway line that will link Lagos to Ibadan in the first instance, and from there connect to Abuja and Kano, and bring ease and efficiency to what is Nigeria's busiest transportation corridor. The World Trade Organization's Director General, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo Iweala, has warned that vaccine nationalism could affect the much-expected pandemic recovery as well as disseminate economic growth for all countries, both rich and poor. The new Director General's immediate mandate and priority would be to get the World Trade Organization to do more to address the pandemic as members accelerate efforts to lift export restrictions, slowing trade in needed medicines and supplies. Okonjo Iweala stated that amongst her plans is to work out modalities on how the World Trade Organization can make vaccines, therapeutics, and diagnostics accessible in an equitable and affordable fashion to all countries, particularly to poor countries. She went further to explain that various studies have shown that the global economy will lose $9 trillion in potential output if poor countries were unable to get their populations vaccinated quickly, and about half of the impact would be borne by rich countries. The Nigerian Interbank Settlement System PLC NIBS has said that more than 5 billion naira was lost as a result of fraud in the banking sector between January and September 2020. It disclosed this in its NIBS Insight Report on fraud in the Nigerian financial services. It said that about 91% of all fraud attempts as of September 2020 has resulted in a total loss, and this represents financial institutions with an opportunity to protect their investments as well as attract customers by increasing artificial protection and their ability to recover lost funds more easily. The report also stated that data from the industry anti-fraud protection showed that 56% of all reported fraud attempts were carried out using social media engineering. 5 governors of the All Progressive Congress, including the chairman of the Caretaker Committee on Governor of Yobe State, Mai Malabuni, would receive former Governor of Ogun State, Gbenga Daniel, into the APC. The defection of Daniel, who was the campaign manager for the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate in the last general election, Atiku Abubakar, is taking place at his Asoludero Court, Sagamu, Ogun State, on Tuesday. Other governors who will be welcoming Daniel into the APC are Governors Nasir El-Rufai, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, Muhammad Badaru Abubakar, and Dapo Abiodun. A statement by his media aide indicated that Daniel is expected to pick up the membership card of the All Progressive Congress before the registration of new members closes on Tuesday. 7 persons have been arrested in Imo State over alleged stealing of vehicles day after they were said to have been released from prison on the same offense. The State Police Public Relations Officer Orlando Ikoku disclosed this to newsmen in Owerri. Ikoku said the arrest was made possible after the Imo Police got a distress call from Aba in Abia State informing the command that some hoodlums snatched one Lexus 350 SUV with registration number KSF 758FS and were believed to be moving towards Imo State. He said that upon receiving the call, operatives of the command's quick intervention team swerved into action. Sequel to some painstaking and diligent investigation, the operatives arrested the following: Amado Kennedy from Imo State, Igilewe Chiwendo from Enugu State, Nwore Moses from Enugu, Godfrey Ntosi from Delta State, Chinedu Agwo from Abia State, Eze Obiwanne from Imo State, and Ejiofor Egwe from Abia State. And now moving over to the foreign scene, at least 37 passengers were killed when a bus plunged into a canal in the central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh on Tuesday. The accident happened when the bus, which was carrying more than 50 passengers, veered off the road and was into the water near the village of Satna early on Tuesday morning. It was unclear what caused the bus to swerve, but India's vast network of roads are poorly maintained and notoriously dangerous. The bus was completely submerged. 7 people, including the driver, managed to swim to safety, and so far 37 bodies have been found and they have been sent for autopsy. Local officials stopped the release of water into the canal, which helped the rescue operations and allowed 2 cranes to pull the bus out. Prime Minister Narendra said that the families of those killed will receive 200,000 rupees on spot. Mason Greenwood has signed a new contract with Manchester United, which will keep him at the club until June 2025, with the option to extend for a further year. The 19-year-old academic graduate has been with the club since the age of 7 and has gone on to make 82 first-team appearances. On the new deal, Greenwood, which is also United's youngest ever European goal scorer, said when he joined the club at 7 years old, he dreamt of playing for the first team when the opportunity arises. According to him, he worked so hard to reach this level in the last 2 years, adding that he would repay the club for the support given to him. Arsenal will remind Captain Emerick Aubameyang of his responsibilities after a video emerged of the forward getting a tattoo, which could be a breach of coronavirus restrictions. Tattoo artist Alejandro Bernal posted a social media clip on February 9th where Aubameyang is seen to get a new tattoo on his hand. England has been under a national lockdown for nearly 2 months to try and bring down COVID-19 infection rates. It is unclear when the incident took place, but Arsenal confirmed that they had spoken to Aubameyang about it. Aubameyang scored a hat-trick for the Gunners in a 4-2 win against Leeds on Sunday in his first start for a month. The 31-year-old was allowed to travel abroad last month to visit his mother, who was suffering from illness and had to quarantine on his return. And now the stock market reports. At the close of trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange on Tuesday, investors lost 41.3 billion naira as all share index dipped by 0.19%. The equity capitalization fell to 21.18% from 21.2 trillion, a 41.3 billion naira loss. The all-share index consequently closed red, spotting at 40,494.35 points from 40,573.31 points at the close of trading on Monday. This was a 0.19% fall. However, the number of shares that exchanged hands rose to 356.43 million from 206.24 million. A 72.82% rise. The value also went up from 2.16 billion naira traded on Monday to 5.67 billion naira on Tuesday. This was a 166% increase. The gainers equaled the losers as there were 22 gainers and also 22 losers. Len Africa PLC was the highest gainer, while UPDC Real Estate Investment Trust and Cornerstone Insurance led the laggards. The shares of Zenith Bank and Guaranty Trust Bank were on the lead on the activity chart. Zenith Bank transacted 25.9 million shares valued at 652.6 million naira in 515 deals, while Guaranty Trust Bank traded 46.1 million shares in 390 deals. Before we end the news, another look at our major stories. Nigeria Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intercepted fake military officers with 234 kg of cannabis. The Nigerian Senate says it will grant President Muhammadu Buhari nominee for Chairman EFCC Abdulrasheed Bawa in plenary, though no date has been fixed for the exercise. 5 governors will receive former governor of Ogun State, Benga Daniels, into the All Progressive Congress. Please do well to stay safe, maintain physical and social distance, and wear your nose masks while going about your daily activities. And that's the signature 30 minutes. On behalf of my producer, Obi Chibweze, I am Obomano Marvelous Chinedu. Thanks for watching.